All right, so the first company we're going to do a case study with for you guys is G&L Advertising, and they're out of New Jersey. The reason we're going to go with them first is because they're able to get our ad out the fastest out of all the companies that we place calls to put some campaigns live. And what you'll find in the Placemat advertising industry is that it can be anywhere between 2 weeks and all the way up to 12 weeks in between when you actually place your ad and pay for your ad versus when it goes live. Because again, some of these placemats can be in a restaurant for up to 3 or 4 months before they run out, which is good for you as an advertiser, but it's not the instant gratification that you get from a lot of the online type of advertising, like pay-per-click, for example. So there is a waiting period in between when you buy your ad and when it goes live. In this case, G&L was just going to print with their new batch of placemats. They're actually at the printer now, so we were able to get in at the very last minute for their campaign that's going to go out in 2 weeks, and that'll be a lot more effective for you guys to see the results quickly. So what I did was I just called these guys up, had them work up a quick quote for us on a test buy we could have done and make some recommendations on some restaurants. Let me pull that up. And this is what they sent back. It's pretty typical that you're going to get sort of a sloppy invoice like this. Again, I mean, these are mom and pop operations. A lot of these are people working from home who sort of put these deals together with restaurants to offer them free placemats. So it's a nice little business opportunity. If somebody got into the placemat advertising game that was like a real internet marketer, I'm telling you, it's definitely something to consider, because you can make a lot of money just doing placemats for restaurants, burger joints, diners, all that kind of stuff. Anyway, so this is what they sent back. They sent back a $600 test campaign across a couple of different restaurants. These are the estimated unique impressions we're going to get. Basically, what this really boils down to, though, is you're going to get 50,000 placemats and 75,000 placemats. Now, the important thing to remember there is, for one, you're going to have repeat customers. So you're not getting 75,000 unique customers. You're getting 75,000 placemats handed out. So you got repeat customers that are going to see them. You got kids that are going to see them. A family of 5 goes in. That's 5 placemats that they're all getting. So you're not getting 75,000 unique people, but you're still getting tens of thousands of unique people. And when you break down tens of thousands versus the money that you spend on a lot of these campaigns, it comes out to be really cost effective, obviously. And the most important thing is not even the cost. It's obviously the conversion rate and how much money we can make on the ROI. So in this case, what you might notice versus the last video is this company is a little bit more expensive. Actually, it's probably 3 or 4 times more expensive than the other company. There's no standard rates and practices for placemat advertising. It just is what it is. A company can charge you whatever they want. So you'll talk to one company and then they give you 50,000 placemats for $85. You talk to another company and it's $300. You know, what's the difference? Nothing. What they charge, you know, what they can get from advertisers. That's really what it comes down to. You could obviously try and negotiate it. We did, and they said, look, you know, 300 is the absolute best we can do on these placements because we've got to make money. The truth of the matter is a lot of these placemat companies, their margins aren't huge. They're not making a they're not making a killing by any stretch of the imagination. So, you know, what's the difference between 350,000 versus 85 for 50,000? Nothing, really. It's the same amount of placemats. Obviously, some restaurants are going to perform better than others, but you're never going to know that until you test. So at the end of the day, I'll spend 300 if I'm going to make 1,000 back, and I'll spend, you know, 85, whatever. It doesn't make a difference to me. So you will see some fluctuation there between the pricing. So I approach this the same way that I would probably want any of you to do it, which is just go with one. So I took the 75,000 placement. It was $350. We got it for $300 because if we bought both of these, we were getting them for $300 each. So I just bought the 75,000, and that was $350. So just keep that in mind for the case study that we spent $350 for this particular campaign. The next step after we paid for it was we had to give the graphic designer an ad to work with, and that ad, like I talked about before, is we usually just grab a 300 by 250 banner that does well for us online, and we have the graphic designer take that and rework it for the placemat ad. Where do we get these banners? Well, like I said in other videos, what you really want to be doing when you're browsing around online is, keep your swipe file ready, and when you see a banner that you think is interesting or looks good, put it into your banner swipe file so you have it for later. The other thing you can do, obviously, is go to Google Images. You can type work from home banner, work from home 300 by 250 banner, and you can get a lot of stuff like that. But always keep a banner swipe file, a little folder on your desktop, and anytime you see one of these style of banners that are out there, grab it. Keep it as either A, for you to use it in your own campaigns online, or as a reference point for a graphic designer in this particular circumstance. We use these for everything. We use these same types of banners that we use for our online display buys. We use these configured for our postcard mailings. We use these for our placemat advertising. We use these for newspaper ads. These are very easily configurable to work with any advertising medium, and they convert. So what we did was we sent their graphic designer this particular 300 by 250 banner ad, and we had her configure it with our URL, and she sent back a proof, which is right here. Let me move this down so you guys can actually see it. And this is the actual ad. And so what you can see is that she sort of configured it to fit in the spot that's going to be on this particular placemat. Here's our tracking URL. We're going to, because we don't have any other campaigns running on this particular URL right now, we're going to use this one again. Same process. We're going to rotate a few different offers, and we're going to see what converts best. The same exact thing that we did in the classified case studies is the same exact process that we're going to take with this. So this is our ad. I approved it. I thought it looked fine, and this is what's going to be running on those 75,000 placemats. So next, we wait a couple of weeks, and our placemats will start going out into the restaurants, and we'll start to see some response. We'll start to see some clicks coming in. We'll give it a couple of weeks because it'll take a while to build up some volume, and then we'll see what offer is the winner, and then we can continue on, and we can see if these particular spots are responsive to these types of offers. And if we get a winner, then we can start buying up other spots. We can start running maybe a weight loss offer and seeing if that does well. We can run a government grant offer. We can run a continuing education offer. And so there's a lot of scalability that comes in when we can just actually buy 4 or 5 different spots through this company and potentially make our ROI a lot higher. So that's it. Really simple stuff. This is free, of course. The graphic designer just works up the ad for you for free. And it's as simple as that. $300 and a banner ad as an example, and you're in business.